people over 60, maybe their bones are not as a bit more brittle, maybe. So are there restrictions?
Actually, no, there's absolutely none. I would recommend that you do yoga as early as possible, as long as you already have your sweat glands going. I mean, we've had students as young as 5 come here with their moms just to try out the yoga, just to see. They just wanted, for them, it's just a time to spend with their moms, you know, to be with them. We have students here in their teens, you know, that's a good time to start.
Yeah.
We have students in their 60s, in their 70s.
Wow.
You know,
first timers, huh? I mean,
yes.
the first time they ever tried any of these Yogi Bear positions.
That's
huh?
right.
Okay.
We have students who are very overweight. We have students who come here, number one, to lose weight, of course.
How can yoga help one lose weight? I mean, you don't really run. You don't really do any jumping jacks. There's no treadmill involved.
Yeah, it's really working with your body more than anything else that helps you lose weight here. Of course, being in a room 40 degrees hot, of course, will help you sweat a lot more than usual. But you know, that's how it works. You're doing these stretching postures. You're learning to breathe as you do these postures. It's very cardiovascular.
Really?
Very cardiovascular.
I mean, does your heart rate go up?
Yes, definitely. Actually, that's the challenge of yoga. You know, you're holding a posture for 10 seconds, for 30 seconds, for even a minute.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, and your heart rate during this time is bam, bam, bam. And you just have to learn to control your breathing, which is the most important part.
So it's really no duck walk, huh? I mean, it sounds, you know, when you see people do yoga, it seems, you know, I mean, like a lot of people would say, that's not real exercise. It doesn't look tiring.
They think it's boring.
Is it boring?
You know, you have to try it. Anyone who has done Bikram yoga or any kind of yoga in general, it's very challenging. You know, we do 26 postures here every single day, every time. And some people ask us, doesn't that get boring? 26 postures every single time. But actually, no, because you're always evolving in your practice. You know, some people come here, they can't even grab their foot. Some people come here, they can't even touch the floor with their fingers, you know, but, you know, as you progress into your practice, you're going to be able to do more things that other people are doing as well. It's, you know, it's
a gradual process, I think.
It
like
really,
anything,
really
like
is.
any sport or any practice for that matter.
Definitely.
It's a gradual thing. Now, let's talk about Bikram yoga. What makes this unique from other types of yoga, other practices?
Okay, so the first thing about Bikram yoga you will notice, because you're here at the studio, is it's hot yoga. It is the original hot yoga. I know there's many kinds now, but you know, Bikram yoga is the original hot yoga. It's 40 degrees in the room. You know, it's constant. Whether or not it's hot outside or it's cold outside, it will stay at 40 degrees no matter what. It's also at 65% humidity. So, you know, that is really a formula that will make you sweat, even if you just stay there.
I mean, we're not even in the studio yet. We're just here in the lobby.
Yeah,
and I'm already feeling it.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
you know, so this is that's the number one thing. And also, I mentioned earlier, it's 26 postures. 26 postures that you will do every single time you come here. There's the standing series. That's a good 15 minutes of the class. And then the rest is the floor series. So all in all, it's an hour and a half. 90 minutes every single time you're here. You know, it's done in a way that anyone can do this. You know, anyone. You don't have to be a pretzel. This is a beginner's yoga. So whether you're 75 years old, you're 7 years old, you're 13, 25, you can come here no matter how sick you are, no matter how unfit you seem, you will be able to do this. It's not the easiest, but it's very doable. It's a beginner's class more than anything else.
And I guess also yoga is a great way to de-stress. You know, a lot of people say these days that a lot of the illnesses we have now are a cause of stress.
Definitely.
You know, it's the kind of lives we live, the pace of our lives, and you know, the pressure that all of us are under.
That's right.
And this really is the best way to de-stress.
Yes, that's correct. You know, some people come here on their first few days thinking, you know, how can this be relaxing? You know, everything is working against you. The heat, the postures, not even being able to drink your water at will. You know, all of these things.
It sounds very uncomfortable.
Yeah, it sounds very uncomfortable. But the thing with it, though, is the more you do this, the more you come, you're actually concentrating on doing things that you never knew your body would ever be capable of doing. And, you know, because you're concentrating so much, you're focusing on so much with these postures, looking at yourself in the mirror, with your breath, with, you know, what you're hearing from the teacher giving you instructions. it actually helps you relieve your stress. That's one of the, like, of course, losing weight, number one. But eventually, as you do this, you will learn that it does reduce your stress. A lot of people come here, you ask them why. Stress buster. This is my stress buster. I'm able to deal with work happier, and people like me better at work. And even, one of the funniest, more significant things would be a mom coming here, and you know how it is when she's working, she's doing her exercise routine, and she has to take care of her children and her husband. Of course, she's bound to be a little cranky. We've had some mothers come here, and they claim that, like, this has given me a chance to have a better relationship with my children, because I'm no longer that cranky. I'm no longer that snappy, because they've, relieved their stress when they come to the yoga. They have a better relationship with their husband, and in return, they bring their husband. They bring their children. And when they stop doing the yoga, their children will tell them, Mom, please go back to yoga because you're getting cranky again.
Yeah. Now, how come Bikram is so hot? I mean, what's the purpose of keeping it 40 degrees? I mean, is it better for health-wise? I mean, or is it the thrust of Bikram to make one really sweat? Is that part of
It definitely is. It's just like, it just makes your body more limber. If you did yoga or any kind of exercise in a cold room, chances are you will get injured, whether or not you feel it right away. But having the heat at 40 degrees makes your body more limber, more flexible, however way you can put it, more, it's going to be easier to stretch. It's going to be easier to do a lot of the things that you probably can't do.
In sports, it's so important to limber up, to warm up.
Yes, exactly, warm up.
Before, playing basketball
that's
or
right,
lifting
that's
weights.
the key word, warming up. So that's the reason why. And also, yoga is a discipline, especially Bikram yoga. It's very, it's all about discipline here. And you actually achieve more of that discipline when you can learn to work with the things that work against you in the room. Number one, the heat. It's kind of like tough love.
It's also a mind thing.
Definitely.
A big, just channeling out all that discomfort.
Yes.
And reaching that zone where you're really, despite, as you said, all the discomfort, the hardship, and the heat and all that, you're able to achieve that calmness.
Yes, that's right. You have all of these working against you, and it's either you die there, or look like you're dying, or you carry on and you do well and you challenge yourself. So it's like we're beating you up in that room, but also for you to know that there are so many things you're so much more capable of doing, but you won't know that if we don't subject you to something like this.
Now, how long does it take for one to become good at yoga? Before one gets flexible and all that, does it usually take maybe a month or 3 months, or is this something you have to do for like a year before you see the results?
That's right. Okay, what I can tell you right now is everybody is different. Some people, like I've said earlier, are more flexible than some. I'm not one of those. You might be flexible, you don't even know it. Okay, so there you have it. But it does depend on each person. Some people, given a regular practice, and by regular, they start out 3 times a week. It becomes 4, it becomes 5, it becomes every day. Within a month, you're going to see drastic results.
Wow.
Whether it's, like losing a couple of inches off your waistline, whether it's, really seeing that your body has toned, or just, that whole well-being that you feel that, wow, I'm really doing something here that's affecting the way I treat other people, my relationship with other people. That whole well-being factor comes in. It doesn't take long. You just have to do it regularly.
When we talk about regular, how regular must one do this for it to be beneficial?
Okay.
Twice a week?
Twice a week is good. We're always going to say that however many times you can do it in a week is good compared to nothing. But also, we recommend every day.
Every day?
Yes.
Oh, that's a lot of work.
For a beginner, we do recommend every day. It's not like the gym or any other kind of sports where there's a lot of impact in your body. Here, you carry your own weight. Here, you work with the body that you have to achieve things that you never have before. So that's just the fact that you're not beating up your body to gain.
You're actually helping it improve and using, as you said, your own weight, your own.
Right.
I mean, you don't push it beyond the limits that it can take.
There's no impact. Your knees are okay because you're not pounding the floor like when you're running. Your shoulders are fine because it's not like you're swinging it from backwards to forward, like at this certain pace. It's just working with your body. It's as simple as that.
Who are the famous yoga